Hello! Hello, everyone! This is, David Lee with Philosophy, and I am magically teleported to Lady's house.
Hi, I'm LadyVirgilia. Yeah, David could visit me this weekend, so
I'm
it's pretty cool.
so happy
Yeah, we
to
finally
be
get to meet in
here.
person.
And originally I was just gonna show her the game on my own and just get her a reaction. I was like, you know what? Um, I felt like it might as well, since there is a side to this game that I feel like, no other people would be able to talk about better than Lady. So,
I
because
hope to add maybe something, or at
you
least be able
you will
to
be able to add some.
comment on
You will, and
something.
if not, there's a lot. We're both very political people, and this game is very relevant to some very poignant political issues right now. So we can just ran off of that. But I thought, as an expert on Japanese
Sounds
culture,
good.
talks.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm an expert, but I like to think I know a lot based on my personal experience or heritage. Yeah, so I'll try my best, but I would not necessarily call myself an expert. But yeah,
But
this
her
is
videos
just
are great, and yeah, I mean, she is a fan of Zero Escape, which is one of the big creators behind this. But
yes,
since
yeah.
we're burdened with so many games, I felt like
Not Danganronpa though. I don't have
I'm not a
too
fan of either.
much.
So,
I don't know too much about Danganronpa.
but yeah, but I played I played this game because my friend Min is in it, and I'm now also friendly with Sarah Bitar, the voice of Darumi, and Kamyuhn. But
Nice.
this game I think is very deep, and I was caught off guard by how well the commentary is, and now I feel
Sounds
like this
good.
game needs to be chatted about more. So without further ado, I have curated an experience for Lady
Sounds good.
to
Yeah.
experience, and
Looking forward to
now there's
seeing what's it about.
way more of this game. Like, there's so much. Like, this game is like 6 novels or more. like me, because there's 100 endings. But let's start. All right.
Cool.
Let's do this. Oh, also, are you down to do like in the spirit of the Great Ace Attorney streams to voice through this?
For me, not really.
All right.
If you want a voice.
Sure, I'll voice it.
Yeah.
I'll voice everyone for you. I'll voice it. Go ahead. I'm all ears. Okay, but I want you to keep everything I'm about to say a secret from others. At least until we make it to day 100. That's fine. That's what you wanted to meet me in my room, right? Just the two of us.
I told you some of this earlier, but unlike everyone else, I came to Last Defense Academy of my own volition.
Yeah, I know that part already.
I did it to fulfill the dream my mother and I shared, but to get revenge for my mom.
Revenge?
My home environment was a little unusual. My father died in a car accident when I was little, and my mom was so busy with work she was almost never home. I was always alone, except when Mom would come home during breaks. She told me a lot about her research. She was so obsessed with it. I don't think she had anything else to talk about. She'd say it was just between us, and tell me about about how world death devastated the Earth's surface. And how the Tokyo residential complex was an underground shelter.
Wow,
even that humanity was doomed
okay.
to extinction at the rate things were going. I heard it all from my mom.
So you knew all those secrets from a young age?
Yes.
That also
At the
sounds
time,
kind of crazy
those
to just
secrets were one
like
of the few connections I had
share
her.
with your very, very young child. To be fair, like, I do think there are things that children should know about earlier on than I feel like what I would say general society thinks like children should learn about things. Because like, yeah, but I feel like this is kind of like the extent of this darkness just seems kind of crazy, in my opinion, that she would be sharing it with her young child and like not anything else, like anyone else, from what it sounds like. right? Like, only my child? Which
It was
is
still
like,
frightening, though. I cried the first time I heard about it.
I think that's a little young to be talking about insane,
Back
like,
then, I didn't
genocide
really
or
understand
something.
what kind of work my mom was doing. But as I got older, I started to get a better idea. Is this voice or no? No, it's not voice. My mom was a researcher working at Kamakura General Hospital. She was involved in a project to save humanity.
She was so absorbed in the project that she'd forget to eat and sleep. To her, it was a mission she poured her entire life into. She'd always tell me she was going to make the project a success and save mankind, and that even though this meant I'd be lonely, we had to do what we could. Together.
When I was in the upper grades of elementary school, my mom suddenly came to me with a serious look on her face. She said she wanted me to work with her to make the project a success. And by work with her, she meant she'd reached a crucial stage in her research that would make or break the project. After a series of failures, upper management refused to give her permission to perform more experiments, preventing her from progressing any further.
Dude.
That's when she asked me if I would help with the research. She was asking you to be a test subject?
Dude. This mom.
It sounds horrible, doesn't it? But
it's not it.
When she asked me, I was happy.
I was so proud of my
Because she's
mother.
your kid.
She was a heroine to me, working to save humanity without anyone knowing about it. And I was happy that I could be of use to her. I thought, if I helped out with her research, we would get more time together. If you said I'd been brainwashed,
this is very
it would be
heartbreaking.
kind of true.
Yeah. Because a kid is so impressionable. And of course they want to make their parents happy.
Then on a day when the other workers were off, I went to the Kamakura General Hospital.
I helped with her research as a test subject.
And that was the experiment. To transfuse cryptoglobin into you.
It seems like she regretted what she was doing. She apologized and cried a lot.
They actually had a good time at the hospital. I'd often explore the hospital alone and give my mom a headache. I don't remember too much from that time. I guess because the rejection symptoms were so rough.
Gosh.
So she sort of has a chronic illness, yeah.
Yeah.
It must have been hard for you. Not so much. It didn't really get bad until after that. The cryptoglobin transfusion experiments kept failing and kept experiencing rejection symptoms. Even so, the research progressed little by little. But then, just after I started high school, my mother committed suicide. Suicide?
In her note to me, which I found after her death, she wrote down some of her research, but upper management didn't really tell her all that much. She didn't know how cryptoglobin came to be created. All she'd been ordered to do was find a way to
Was it
transfuse
really
without causing
suicide?
All we know it's not. It's a Futaba situation, but also not. So,
okay, because I'm like,
I don't think it
was
was.
she suicidal?
I don't think it was Shido this time. I mean, it honestly still could have been, but if it is, we don't know.
Okay, so we don't know for sure.
We don't
for sure.
But like,
she'd been told that
if she was
succeeded
off,
at that,
or if
she'd
she
be
was
able to
like
save humanity
genuinely,
from world death.
like
if we
maybe
don't know if it's fully
regretful.
I mean, I feel like
that she used her
knowing
daughter.
knowing that there is a persona. I mean, knowing that there's a persona writer involved in this, I don't think they'd want to just recreate Futaba's backstory absolutely 1-to-1. So
Okay.
I mean,
fair enough. Sometimes they do that too.
Yeah.
We don't. I guess we don't know for sure.
We don't know for sure.
Okay.
How would cryptoglobin save humanity?
I mean, but Nozomi does not become a Hikikomori, I can tell you that. So she's still very...
According to her suicide note, there were enemies of
Yeah,
mankind
they say they asked for,
trying to prevent humanity from
enemies of
surviving
mankind
world
trying to...
death. My mom was told this power was needed to eliminate those enemies.
Were they talking about the invaders? Is that the battle we're involved in now? I think so, but she didn't include anything more in her notes. Enemies of mankind, huh? The invaders were created in order to advance world death, basically a personification of world death itself. Does that still hold up as true? You'll say. Why did she take her own life? Was it because of the research wasn't going well? No, our experiment was advancing slowly but surely. Rejection symptoms were lessening, and if we'd had time to do more, I'm certain we could have pulled off a flawless transfusion. Mom and I were both convinced we could, but at one point, She got a notice from upper management. She was ordered to stop her research. Not why. They never told her the reason. They just said that crypto and transfusions were no longer required. Just like that, the research my mom had poured her life into was unceremoniously brought to an end.
And
That seems very
she
relevant.
blamed herself
To
for being unable
today.
to succeed with her research, for bringing her daughter into it, only to get no results. I think that guilt is what drove her to suicide.
So that's what happened.
Okay.
When Mom died, the first thing I felt, it wasn't sadness, but anger. Anger? Anger at upper management who abruptly dropped her research. And anger at my mom for giving up and taking her own life despite how important she insisted the mission was. I've been going on for a while, I'm sorry. Are you tired of listening? Should we take a little break? Mom's suicide. I snuck into Kamakura General Hospital a few times.
I wanted to know why management cut her off, and while I was looking into it, I learned about you and the others. I found information saying a special defense unit of youths with the power of crypto.
And that was us.
Maybe another researcher succeeded at the transfusion. Or maybe you had unique qualities that prevented rejection. Whatever the reason, you were all successes. So, my mom and I were no longer...
This is like the basis of their power in this game.
Yes.
The cryptoglobin,
Yes.
whatever this is.
Yes. You'll see.
It sounds like globulin,
Yeah.
which is a medical thing.
My first spawn in the Tokyo resident. I could release. In that case, was it before that? Looked into it, and it turned out all the goal of the special was to limit the enemies of mankind and humanity. It's just like Mom said. When I found that out, I started thinking, if I joined the special defense unit and helped save humanity, if I could redeem my mother and the people who cut off her research, I could prove that my mom and I done wasn't meaningless. That's why you decided to come here. But how did you get here? Did you find out what was during your search? No, I didn't even know this place existed until I got here. The last time I snuck into Kamakura General Hospital, I just happened to find you guys. You found us?
Everyone was sleeping inside of these weird machines. As soon as I
Dang,
saw you,
dude.
I knew you had to be the members of the Special Defense Unit.
They're all
The
pod
youths with the power of
kids.
Crypto Globe. I found you just as you were about to be sent off somewhere. I figured you were going to fight against those enemies of mankind I'd heard about. It was an all-or-nothing gamble, but I went inside one of the empty machines.
Oh, shoot.
Next thing I arrived at saying, these machines. It must have been the capsules in that weird classroom, right? So we were all put inside and sent here to Kamakura General Hospital? I think they stopped working because they fully served their purpose. Got to say, going through all that to get here was really reckless of you. I never imagined that things would work out so well. Now I made it here, I want to fulfill that dream my mom and I share. I'll fight the enemies of mankind, and when humanity has been saved, I'll go to my mom's grave. And I'll proudly tell her about what we achieved here. I see, so that's why you're such a strong determination to fight. Actually, I'm surprised that you guys were kept in the dark for so long. I would imagine that you wouldn't even know about cryptoglobin. That's why I couldn't tell you about your past. What do you mean? First, you all resented being brought here, seeing as no one told you anything. If only one of us knew the circumstances, the others would inevitably be suspicious. And if everyone found out my mother was a researcher, they might even have suspected me of being behind all of this. That's why I decided to hide it. I couldn't let myself get kicked out due to disposition after everything I've gone. It was painful to keep it from everyone because I felt like I was being deceptive. But didn't Nigo notice that you snuck in? I didn't know why, but he didn't. One of the Monokuma mascots. Even when he fought out, I couldn't use him. When he fought out, I couldn't use it properly. He just provided me a special combat suit. When things like this happen, that's the artificial class armor you use. Things probably wouldn't have been different if I met Sirei first, but Nigo was really nonchalant about it. I still don't understand why no one told us any of this. I don't even remember receiving a cryptoglobin transfusion. All I know is that the Tokyo residential got attacked. I was suddenly able to use this mysterious power. What about that? I haven't been able to ask until now. But
So can she use it now too?
she can use a power. She has
She's
some
like half awakened to it, kind of thing.
Did the convicts really get attacked? I never heard anything about that. What? You didn't? How is that possible? The whole place was in chaos. Everyone else experienced it. How could you not? I know, but it was strange. I wonder why I didn't notice. She just forgot it? Like I may have been on a tangent, but that's the end of my story. It's really everything. I've told you everything about that. I'm so shocked at you, but anyway. Thank you for telling me. feel really to get off my chest.
It may be a coincidence that I met you all here, but I think of everyone as good friends now. I really love all of you. It pains me to keep hiding things from the others, but I still want to fight as a part.
Well, it's not like you're lying, per se, or even being deceitful, really. We have 26 days left. You can tell them the truth when it's over. When we've saved humanity and gotten our happy ending, they'll forgive you for being a little...
Yeah.
Anyway, no matter how many unsolved mysteries there are, it's all coming to an end in 26 days. Cryptoglobin, the invaders, world death, saving humanity, even the problems with our memory. None of that really matters. Not if things end happily. Let's keep protecting the school until day 100. We'll all work together.
Well, what if
to make
it doesn't end happily?
And that's what's gonna happen.
We'll be fine. It's weird.
Yeah.
This sounds so
For sure.
sad. Everyone's gonna die now? Then? Like what?
Alright. Well, so I mean, I felt like showing this and you only because obviously the Futaba vibes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, like about the. So there's with like Kazumi, there's the motivated sister, but like isn't there like the motivated daughter? Like, does this read very like Confucian, like
I
collective,
think
like,
so.
yeah, like
I mean, I'm even kind of trying to think about a lot of my own decisions in hindsight. For context, I grew up in, I wouldn't say not necessarily like a very strict household. But like I feel like there's two things that made it feel like, I don't know if I'm inherently someone who tries to be kind of like responsible. I wonder if it's because both of my parents as well had to take on like responsibility from a really young age for like one of the parents in their household. And so it's like my mom was sick pretty much all of my life or childhood. It didn't get really bad until I was in high school, but there was like a part of me that I think has this understanding of why, like, particularly maybe like children, I don't know, I've noticed this about like sometimes like Japanese stories of like high school children, but also high school aged like kids, but especially the girls. And especially if you're raised in, I think, like a kind of Christian household, it's like doubly kind of, it's on you to be, I think, very responsible and also do everything kind of like not make trouble for your parents. And not only that, like kind of do things for your parents, like for your family kind of thing. And so there's a part of me that's wondering like how much of that is maybe like potentially my inherent nature at all, because I do genuinely like to not just, you know, feel like my parents were very compassionate to me, so a lot of the times I also wanted to give back to them. So they were, yeah, like, I don't know. I don't know exactly how much, like, I'm really maybe trying to speak too much for, like, Nozomi's situation, but it's just kind of, she does strike me as, like, someone who's really young who had to, like, take on a lot of not typically children responsibilities from a very young age.
Just imagine you're out there, swirling lights in a makeup.
All right. Time for. I'm doing this also only because I usually would go right to like the times like the post game, the second scenario, but I think just because I know you love Akechi and I love Eito, so I'd like to see the big moment,
Okay.
the big moment just to lead up. Okay,
Wait, so is it like
you'll see what happens.
Ito's voice?
He does
actor?
no
Oh no, okay, but
no,
it's
no,
like him.
no, he's an Akechi type. You'll see. So.
Oh, you mean like the archetype of
What
this
Yes.
guy? Okay.
What is going on here? Don't tell me this is... What?
It's if Ruji.
my-
It's literally if Akechi was Ruji.
Like combined is what you're
No,
saying?
it was like if Akechi was your best friend.
Oh, if Akechi
was
was,
the
your
best friend-
bro character.
was the bro character.
Oh shoot, dude.
Yeah.
So he's like his bro.
She at least tries to position himself as in a way.
What's happening? Why did you go to the darkness?
System down. System down. Emergency. Emergency. Switching to reserve power supply. Restore system immediately.
What the heck? What's happening? Incredible! Such incredible power! It's like no other crypto globe I've taken before.
This is very
Incomprehensible power!
this is very Akechi coded scene.
You see?
I guess you'll have to like say that this is a spoiler for like anyone who's not who hasn't experienced Persona yet though.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, sorry about that for any. Like, we will be.
Like you probably want to like
within the description.
preface
like
this
yeah.
particular reaction scene
Yeah,
that like
this. I mean, no, probably throughout. I'm like
Persona 5
if you're not, if you have Persona 5 spoilers,
spoilers.
yeah, I'll put like spoilers
Yeah.
for Persona 5.
Oh yeah, that is true because you the Futaba stuff too. That's so true.
Yeah. What the are you doing? What am I doing? Can't you see? I took his power. The same cryptoglobin that the Supreme Commander was so desperate to have. You actually killed him. The baby inside the capsule is mummified now. I don't know what a baby was doing there, but it's not my problem. I don't care at all. Shout all out. Hey, can you hear me? If you're still there, say something. Oh, he's gone for good. Trust me.
do that,
You can do that, can't you?
We are
We're all
friends,
friends after all. What the hell? What are you thinking? Do you even know what you just did? Of course. I'm fully aware. That's why I did it, obviously. Wow! Don't tell me Eito's giving into the darkness.
Yeah, she seems kind of crazy herself. So
Does that mean the true identity of the traitor is... Traitor? I knew that you and Ina were searching for the traitor, Kako. Alas, it seems you didn't find your way to me. But that was quite a boon for me. I should thank you. What? What is the meaning of this? Him. He did all. Hiroko and the prisoner. He killed them. What? Sir Eito? That's right. It was all me.
I killed Hiroko. I killed the prisoner. I destroyed Sire. I did it all. I gave you hideous monsters the punishment you deserved.
Monsters. No, it's not true. Is it Eito? You need to put more trust in your friends. Everything I'm telling you is the truth. Then how did you manage to kill Sire? If you want to know, find anything for a friend. First, I called Sire over to the gym. I told him there was something I wanted to discuss alone after sleeping hours. Then I acted like I was ready to fight. And once I talked to him for a while, got him to let his guard down, I told him I wanted him to teach me how to use Hemo Anima. And I transformed.
Then I stabbed him. It wasn't hard to destroy him once his guard was down.
Okay, so he literally
The
looked
first
like a
blow was
mascot-y
fatal.
character though.
Yeah.
Okay, because there's a part of me when it showed his remains, I was like,
touch him. He said
was
he had
he,
bones
did he look
implanted in
human
her
before?
No,
or
no,
what?
no.
Okay, yeah.
Bluff?
Oh
Oh,
god.
so I'd been hoping anyway. Unfortunately, the explosives are real. It's a good thing I killed him instantly in one shot. I don't remember what happened after that.
Presumably because I was killed by my bomb exploding. But how are you still alive? Is there... Don't the revival map. Yes, it brought me back. It's fully automated and works outside battle too. I'd prepared for being attacked for someone, but it seems he didn't an attack that was sudden lethal blow. That I had destroyed the evidence. I put the dismembered sea range in trash bag.
Then I went out. And
Yeah, because I
disposed
was
of
thinking
his
like
remains
this
in the
doesn't
ruins
look
outside the
human
square. It
because
was a
the
little
brain
unexpected
is
when
like
Takumi
just
found them
severed
later.
in half, you know?
Why would you do that? What was the
Okay.
point of destroying? Maybe later. There's something else that you should be asking.
Oh,
You're not gonna ask about Hiroko? I know we all... Okay, I'm gonna skip through some of this because I think you get
Okay.
it. Like his actual motivation.
I
Is
snuck
it-
into her
Yo,
room
he
while she
fucking
was
just
sleeping.
snuck in and killed her.
Yeah, because like I was gonna ask, like, does this scene go into like
no-
his actual backstory and
Yes,
motivation?
it does. Yeah,
okay.
it does. Yeah. Let's skip.
But I went.
Let's just. This is just. But you can see. Yeah, he fucking.
Yeah.
he-
Like
basically,
I get the
he
I get the
ruined
point.
every- he ruined
he's
every- he
he's
ruined-
trying to say that I did all the bad shit and I'm
I want to-
presenting
here- here-
myself.
here we go.
Okay.
I want to wipe out humanity and all its hideousness.
Uh,
Huh? I've always loathed
I
humans.
hate,
I hate
hate,
Oh, yeah.
hate them so much. I can't stand it. Ugly, reeking, nasty, repulsive human.
What are you talking about? It's been that way since I was born. In my eyes, all humanity looks unsightly, freakish, eerie monsters. The sound their voices produce is utterly disturbing, and when they come close, their stench makes me want to avert my face.
I recall the doctor said I have an unexplained cognitive disorder. These strange symptoms apparently only occur in humans. The only person who looks normal is my own reflection in the mirror. All other humans are no more than hideous, repulsive beings. When
I
was
mean,
a child,
this is a very
I thought I was insane.
different
I
motivation.
kept
Yes,
telling
no, it
symptoms
is.
with some
This
No.
is a vastly different motivation
I did everything I could to
and
avoid human
backstory.
contact. And
Yeah.
hid myself away in the library. I read all manner of books there, especially ones about humanity's journey through history. As I studied these histories, left behind, unread and covered in dust, I discovered the truth. I found out just how ugly and sinful humans are always fighting, belittling, cursing, hating, stealing, defrauding, mocking, deceiving, envying, abusing, arguing, and killing each other. They're wretched, horrible monsters who trample on the dignity of other creatures' lives without any compunctions or guilt.
What is this? Have you lost your mind, Soreto? That includes world death, you know. That was a disaster caused by mankind. Humans continually engaged in their brazen destruction of Mother Earth, the very one who birthed them. The extreme
So
weather
this
was
is-
a warning from the planet, and still humanity made no attempt to stop. In the end, Earth chose death.
Climate change
One-
accelerated bad. Oh shit.
One more horrible tragedy caused by human ugliness. What's the point of all this rambling? Once I found out just how repulsive humanity really was, I had a realization. I wasn't insane. I was the only person left on the planet with any decency at all. My eyes are righteous eyes that can see the ugliness of humanity for what it really is. My eyes and ears and nose, they're righteous too. There's nothing wrong with me. Human beings are the ones who are insane.
He's the same egotistical narcissist that do a lot of bad shit too.
All of you are hideous monsters. You must perish as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Yahoo! You think you're not insane? That's the craziest kind of crazy.
No, you just didn't notice what's wrong with humanity because your eyes aren't righteous. Nobody else can see it, so I have to fix it. Just me, the only decent person on the planet. What is it you think you have to do? Annihilate humanity, of course. I was chosen to do just that. Chosen as the savior of the of the who will destroy all this fun. That's why I have these eyes. Are you serious? Of course, even back in the comics, I knew this was my destiny. I tried so desperately to think of how I can make it happen. Studied hard and planned on climbing up the political ladder, but then I was brought here. At first, I felt like I shouldn't be here, but then I clicked at one piece. For all what's transpiring here is a battle for the fate of humanity. It's exactly the kind of golden opportunity I've been waiting to. It could be more than ever. I was chosen savior. His fate will be decided here.
So the narcissist
and throw the whole operation into chaos.
Who doesn't even have empathy for humanity in the first place says, "I'm your savior." Wow.
What? That's nobody. That's for my family. I killed them when I was a kid. I couldn't bear to.
He is such a.
It's freaking crazy. Peter was really
repulsive. I'm be honest.
Do you have any idea how I've had to endure? You're also. Dash.
I can't. Okay, everyone.
So the thing I was gonna say though is that like the thing about compared to like Akechi, in my opinion, right? Like he genuinely never had empathy for anyone, not even his mother, because that was the main goal for Akechi in the first place. was to get justice for how his mother was treated in that Baishido, how she was discarded by society, you know? And the fact that Akechi had empathy for his mom in the first place, just because he became cynical later, it's kind of like, we don't condone his actions, but there was some semblance of genuine, like, he could connect with humanity and therefore had a part of him that genuinely wanted to see justice and right stuff done, especially like in Maruki's palace, right? Like he felt that it was wrong that he wouldn't be punished for his crimes. He would just be let off by the justice system, right? Even when he knew he did a lot of bad things versus this guy, he said he killed his parents even he literally had not a single bout of empathy or ability to connect with other humans since the moment of his birth. And to be fair, that's a very sad or hard thing to. I do feel very bad for like the psychiatrists, I'm gonna be honest, who have to even try and work with truly like narcissistic personality disorder people, because it's kind of like, how do you really do that? Like, kudos to you guys for trying, because it's just like people who aren't able to even connect with anybody, I don't know how, aside from themselves, right? Like only they're perfect, as he was claiming. It's such a very different, he appears like an Akechi archetype maybe at the beginning, and I think you can, it is true, I think that it's a very deliberate kind of reference to like the edgy, like, you know, black Akechi scene in the ship, but ultimately, man, these characters couldn't be anything different when you actually learn what their background and motivation is, you know?
Here's the thing, you're gonna see, we're not there yet, but so now what has happened is, so Eito messed everything up. They killed him in that timeline.
Okay.
And then so the main character Takumi goes back in time to fix everything, because it's not a happy ending because they can't fire the missile.
Okay. So there's a way to make it so that he doesn't do anything.
Yes.
Like he's not able to do anything.
The first freaking choice is is that so Takumi, so it's like now if the Phantom Thieves went back in time and stopped Akechi from doing all the bad stuff.
Oh, so he never even got his hands dirty in the first place at all. Like working with Shido kind of thing?
But during this route, I mean, this route he still does some bad stuff. The first choice in the whole game in the New Game Plus is, do you after you found Eito and you've stopped him from killing Sire, Do you kill him or not?
Oh wow!
And it's
like
the
just
question is,
get rid of him from the start.
Yeah, and yeah, if you do kill him, a lot of bad stuff happens. So
Even after he's gone.
Yeah.
So it's the game is trying to make like an
Yeah,
argument for
yeah.
not doing that.
And then along a second scenario, there's a second choice, and the kill Eito for the second time, then Eito gets permanently part of Takumi's head, and he starts seeing everyone as Eito.
That sounds horrifying. So like Takumi becomes basically like evil, you mean?
No,
Or like
no. Well, there's another route that sort of that explores that. That's the killing game route.
Oh, is it more like he just sees? So it's like it kind of reveals that everything Eito said wasn't actually
No. He literally sees all these people
as repulsive.
No, they become Eito.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Okay, sorry. I think I thought you meant that like he sees things through Eito's eyes, kind of thing, like his perspective.
They literally see Eito, and the yeah. I haven't finished that route yet. Actually,
So
I don't think I'm gonna
becomes
do it here, but I think like I could maybe
Okay.
outside of recording. Then maybe show the rest of that because yeah, that's a psychological throw route basically.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
but yeah. There's another route that basically explores like Otakumi's turning more into a killer because he killed Eito twice in succession because killing game happens if you do kill it's one of the routes that happens if you did kill Eito first.
Okay.
But like yeah, it's trying to so we have spared Eito twice. When you spare Eito tells everyone what's actually going on with the war.
So this whole war thing, can I just get a confirmation of like, is this war happening that
I'm gonna explain it to you. This is the next scene is good. The later scenes are gonna be about it.
It's gonna be about because I'm just curious, like that the destruction of humanity from like that climate change point. Did that already happen before this game started? Yes. Okay, so now there's a war over basically what's left. Is kind of the point.
I'll tell you what's happening. I mean, I'm skipping the scene where Eito tells everyone. It's Eito trying to tell them, and then Siri's there is like, everything he's telling you is a lie. I'm just gonna, but no, they're on another planet.
Okay.
And they are genociding another population because all humanity that's left are freaking climate refugees.
So I see. They're trying to dominate another climate. They're trying to colonize another planet.
So, but I'm gonna show you a scene with that with Tsundere Nahida.
Holy shit. Wow, we're literally invading another planet to take them over. Yeah, take it for ourselves.
But first, here's a very Evangelion twist. First, our memories were modified. Of our time that were in the complex? Before we came here, we were all living in there, right? Yeah, of course. What were you going with? That's where we were born, where we lived our entire life. Lost with her grandpa and his work. Okay. The thing is, none of them are real.
Our memories of our lives in the complex, they're all false memories that were implanted into us.
That's
crazy. And families we've been so desperate to protect all this time, none of them actually exist.
It's like their whole life is fabricated. Like who? That's so sad. Like
they don't exist. Now that can't be right. Fake memories? Get out, show this shit ain't funny, man. Sorry, I wish I could struggle else as joking.
That is crazy.
We were creating Kamakura General Hospital.
We were grown inside special machines there. And until we woke up in this classroom 67
so they're like
days ago,
petri dishes.
They're all Ray. They're all Ray. They're all Ray.
That's where we
except they actually implanted very different families and lives for them. That's crazy. This is some true AI simulation stuff for real. your whole life
They're clones.
was an AI
Artificial humans made in a
simulation.
lab. Clones? Are you
That's
shitting me?
all we've ever been. Our memories from before we got here are all fake. They're just fictional scenarios implanted in our brains to give us the illusion of having lived real life.
Humanity's protectors. That also includes our... supposed to be something only people from this planet are born with? That's right. The reason we have it, because of the person whose genes were used to create. The person is you, Shion. Me? Whoa, time out again.
So they're like technically all from Shion,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
clones of Shion.
Yeah.
Cleon,
We're using
Shion's
Shion's so
DNA.
we can inherit is where our humanity really comes from.
I overheard all of this from the researchers at the hospital. We didn't have hemoanima transfused into us. It's been an inherent part of who we are.
So they cut
very
her
start.
research because they got something better.
They could just clone that one guy who could
As
actually use
opposed
it.
to give people. That's just proper motivation. And then we were setting the future. They're desperate to win this war.
Wait,
But
so is that
Nozomi
Nozomi
is real.
So she is real. She's
Yeah.
a real person.
She snuck in.
I see.
That's why she has artificial claws on her. I mean, it's gonna be spoiling. To sum things up, Cryptoglobin is again. He hasn't been fully redeemed yet, but they're allowing him to be there.
I mean, to be fair, like, does he ever
so
get...
there is a route where, spoilers for SF, they straight up cure him.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, like,
straight-
ultimately, I don't think...
the way he develops at the end of the second scenario, I think is better where he finds it. But I love Ato, but I don't hate the fact that he's cured in SF because it just sort of feels like time back with the old Ato a little bit. That's also coming of age where he fakes being cured. But I mean, it's fun, but it's like he goes too all hardcore on it. But like I like cured Ato, but because he's still smart. After kidnapping Shion, they use his DNA to create soldiers with the same power and memories that wouldn't make them to want to save humanity at any cost. That's what we really are. We're like characters in a battle manga or a video game. We exist purely to fight. Our past, our friends, our families, they're just additional pieces of fiction devised to further the end. So, World War II critique, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could read it.
Like how the
Potentially that
army
way.
how the
Or
army
you
viewed,
can
how
make-
they viewed people.
Yeah, like, it's one of those things where, like, maybe that's not maybe
I mean, it gets more people-
intentionally what they meant, but you can definitely make that connection, I think, because it's a similar motivation of how, like, the only reason these people are, like, fighting is kind of like a constructed narrative of, like, you're fighting for the emperor,
Yes.
basically, and so that's what allowed so many men to kind of willingly be kamikaze.
But I mean, it also fits in. It
Kamikaze
fits
pilots.
in a Western narrative as well, like because of the. How people like the propaganda around the military.
I guess so. Like to be fair, like I think if you wanted to maybe make a wider connection about what like fantasy and like fictional things are in general, is that like oftentimes there's a manufactured narrative that
there's
drives people to then go fight.
Why I think this, because I think there's also a reading of this, like, because when you see like there's certain backstories that like would be things that would be like empowering the little guy, but at the same time they're just used to serve capital and the power.
Yes, like it comes off as like a very pro little guy like narrative, but ultimately it was kind of manufactured by people in control.
Yes.
To kind of convince you.
So it's sort of like
that-
it's just like the effects of how like of media, and like we were just like, is Persona 5 revolutionary or not? And again, it's extremely damning to Japanese society, but is it ultimately just serving? I mean, in what does it actually serve in?
At the end of the day, I mean, to be fair, I think that's something too that in my opinion, I think the way that people consume media or stories sometimes I think I would like to maybe see more people or players be okay with like kind of having a takeaway for themselves, like, because sometimes you can't always rely on like the full story to kind of tell you the main takeaway, right?
Mhm.
Sometimes you kind of have to kind of build a takeaway for yourself.
Mhm.
And I think sometimes in regards to Persona 5, I do understand that one of the critiques is that like it doesn't necessarily focus enough maybe on like what actual actionable things can people do to like change their society, because it did a very good job calling out the problems, right?
Yeah.
But it didn't really give like, I think, maybe a actionable takeaway of like what you could do to also affect your own community or society.
Mhm.
And so sometimes I think Persona 5 can be a great starting point
Yeah.
for people to learn about the things that like, you know, plague our society.
More
But-
specifically, Japanese society.
yeah, more specifically Japanese society. And then like sometimes we have to be pragmatic ourselves a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Like I just experienced an amazing story, amazing characters. I feel maybe inspired to do something about that,
yeah.
and then start affecting my own world
Yeah.
from that. Instead of just, I guess, from my point is basically saying like, instead of just like merely consuming, right? Like just only consuming media only, and not necessarily like maybe, you know, at the end of the day, people's lives, you have to live your own life.
Mhm.
But I do think, I personally would find it really cool to see maybe more people kind of not just simply be consumers of media only, but
Yeah.
be inspired to then do stuff
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah, definitely. Come to think of that, when I was on the other side, obviously, some of the commanders said something I didn't quite understand. They seemed annoyed that I could take damage from conventional attacks. Also, like my critical clone should have been preventative. We're clones, just copies of a real critical clone user. Then generation loss might account for why our powers aren't as potent as theirs.
Wait a minute. Just hold on, okay? We shouldn't just accept this as true right away. If it were true, that would mean it was all a lie. My peaceful, mundane, average life. The town I grew up in, all the things I did there, the people I met, even Karuha.
Is that his sister?
No, it's so it's Nozomi, but he thinks Nozomi is actually Kara, but Kara is actually Nozomi. But I can show you the scene or not where she explains what happened, what actually was happening when she gets her memories back of it. But basically, Nozomi is like is kind of like, I know you don't know Sonic all, but for people who, Nozomi is basically like either the girl in Mewtwo's backstory in the movie, or Maria Robotnik, where she basically visited Takumi, and so because she had a connection to Takumi while he was in the chamber, a version of her went into his fake world.
Oh my god. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
You
So
can't
yeah,
just
so they're
make an
still
entire
not
person-
literally the same person.
So Takumi
but-
kind of has.
Something
So then there's a
was
scene where
wrong,
everyone on the
wouldn't
casket
It
refuses
has
to
be
fight,
real.
and it's Nozomi fighting on her own. And then Takumi comes out, it's like, well, I have sort of something to fight for. I still kind of have Kara.
And so then that's what causes him to
Yeah.
actually start doing something, but
Yeah.
then
And
to
then-
kind of
then-
have the realization she's actually fake.
Yeah, that the thing that the memories of her, like, they were fake.
The one thing
that
that
he cared about.
got him to like be like, I have something to fight for is
Oh, my brothers and
not
sisters, they
real.
can't just be. Yo, target. We want to kill her in the first. I wouldn't be so sure about that. If we accept that Shoma is saying is true, it would explain a few things. Now we get Royal Lakechi. You said this story would help explain some things. What do you mean by that? Oh, I bet you're just dino, aren't you?
Yes.
I was just thinking some serious behavior makes a lot more sense now. Like how he was so obstinate about being unable to contact the artificial satellite, for example. As we made contact, we'd realize everyone we knew didn't really exist. Exactly. Sure, but then we'd already have won the war and wiped out every last future on the planet. No one cares about our feelings or how much we're... My parents,
My family, I refuse to believe that they're just nothing but a lie.
Wait, the same as... Our genetic code is remarkably similar. By maybe 2 or 3 complete strangers having these commonalities, but 14 is too much of a coincidence.
Huh?
I'm quiet about it since I didn't see any other things, but now it's all gone. We're clones of the same person, and of course our genes would be similar. We're basically all related. So Shion's our brother, and we're all siblings?
That's crazy to think about, dude.
I'm your... This is true.
We're nothing but disposable soldiers.
World War
created by
II, come
communities
on!
For them. Our lives in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
residential complex.
I
and
mean,
the people
yeah.
we hold dear, they were implanted into us to give us the motivation we needed to fight.
I mean, to be
They're all
fair, you
just
can kind of connect this, sadly, to like all
character
wars,
backstories.
which is
In the
why
giant
I
book, in
would
reality,
love to see
we were in
someday,
when
I don't know,
we
but
finally came
someday,
in a way,
where we
that's
don't
when we were
have
really born.
so many wars going
That's when
on
we
at
came
one
in,
time.
And almost right away, we started fighting the invaders.
Because everyone just
That's the
becomes
only
like,
thing
yeah,
we
like
were
meat
ever meant to
shields
do.
for,
That's
or,
That's-
you know, for the people in power. Yeah, because this is very relevant
There's only one
right
person who's
now.
actually human. Originally intended to be part of this.
If I hadn't been born with this power, none of you would have had to suffer like this. It's all my fault.
Man, this poor guy, though, like, that's not your fault that they used you.
And yeah, so that's the baby that Eito killed in the first time on.
The
Shion.
car. Oh, Shion. Oh, okay, I see. Dang, dude.
Alright, let's...
Okay, well, that's kind of... It's pretty crazy. This is a pretty...
Evangelion.
out there game.
Okay.
Game. I do definitely see the inspiration of... While I have not played Danganronpa myself, I am aware of some of
The big twists.
The big twists, or
Yeah.
like the
No.
big premise of the games. So it definitely has like that flavor of it, while having like some of the actual plot narrative or story of the Nonary Games guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the really big mess with your head. Kind of like plot twist kind of things.
Yeah. So this is the Uchikoshi chart. Just go in anytime.
Okay. I see.
We're gonna go
I
to...
see. Yeah, I remember. So this is kind of nice too. Yeah, the Nonary games from Virtue's Last Reward onwards was very quality of life friendly with the huge chart. And then you can like select where you want to go back to.
It's hard to believe. The last vestiges of humanity are all up there.
You couldn't sleep either. No, same for you, Nozomi. Yeah, there's just something I want you to think about. Wonder what real Earth was like. back when humanity still lived on its surface. I'm not sure. He told us the Earth had a will of its own.
Wait, so does she know at this point that he kind of knows the
What?
the Karua and the Nozomi thing?
So the Kara and Nozomi thing actually, was already explained. That scene
So
already
she
happened. She explained that already.
Okay,
I
so
mean, if
so they both already know.
Yeah.
What's
now
going on.
so now Sire has been brought back. So Sire gets destroyed by something. But Sire gets destroyed, and then they bring Sire back, and Sire explains everything properly. It's like there's no way to hide it anymore, and Sire gives them an option basically to continue fighting the war or abort it. And they're now trying to think about what to do. So Nozomi actually basically I love her outside being baby girl, best girl. Is that yes, she's not always right. She does some very bad things in certain routes to basically help with her chronic illness. She goes and kills a commander to take his blood so she can survive. But then she says, before knowing the twist around the war. But here she's gonna say the best freaking line in the game. I wonder if this planet has its own consciousness too. Wouldn't it be all strange like this? There's a chance humanity might make the same mistake again. Our selfishness could lead this planet to destruction, just like it did for Earth. This game is certified left wing. This game is certified left wing. There's no libertarian reading out of this. We are in a loop. We are in a freaking loop regarding the environment and our own destructive behavior. And if we don't get out of it, we are going to destroy million Earths.
Or the point is just more like, the point is more just like, as of now, we know that in certain the capitalist systems, it doesn't matter how much you extract from both the earth or from people. It's as long as it's still driving profits, that's all that's most important.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of just right now, there's a lot of faux climate they try to convince you that if you only recycle more or go green and do all this stuff, it's going to greenwashing. It's going to you're fighting against climate change. And then at the same time, they also slowly make you feel a little guilty for not doing everything possible in your power to make sure your own consumption of let's say plastics or that kind of thing is enough. Meanwhile, the biggest polluters of the earth is all big corporate profit huge companies that are just all the emissions or just burning down cutting down literally all of the trees to just create more for material to sell. So it's just that kind of thing where it's ultimately the little guys, all of our individual usage of things is in the percentage of how much it is attributing to climate change is very small.
It's very small.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, I just feel like in the Japanese context, we were talking about this last night.
Sure.
Japan puts itself as green, and there are plenty of movies where yes, Japanese people do ungreen things, but here, we say humanity is Japan. It's not that humanity was all Japan, but now, I think it's not saying, but the Japanese people, they were good. They didn't contribute to the pollution. No, we did it. We messed up.
Yeah,
and we could do it, and we could do it again. And I feel like in Okami, there's Amaterasu's yes, it has people turning their back on it, but there's still this pure source that's gonna come and save us. There is no savior. Everyone is implicated in this somehow. Even the character I'm gonna show you next, who's a future and that's sort of a redemptive figure. They're still caught up in this. They've still been warped. Everything has been warped.
Yeah, I mean, I guess to be fair, all of us who have been born in this age and this current, you know, like all of us living by this point, we've all been like, you know, just us literally living in society have been conditioned, I guess, to sort of like be implicated
in this.
In this,
Yeah,
to a certain
what I
extent.
do think is that and I include that implicates Japan, which like they say they're so environmental. Oh, the true Japan is, and I still think there is plenty of environmental stuff about Shinto, Buddhism, and especially something though that they're trying to sort of get down on is the Ainu. Ainu, they are 100% environmentalists because they're indigenous. But
like
like
only use as much as you
can,
need.
as you need, all of that. Yeah, but here's sort of like, so I feel like in a way it's sort of like attacking that image of Japan in
that
a way,
like
possibly.
we are so like environmentalist kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's definitely fair thing to think, because like it's kind of saying how much are all of us who are like the particularly like neoliberal countries, like developed countries. By what we mean is developed. So it's like we first gained a lot of economic ground through manufacturing, right? These kinds of countries, it's like we are all as collectively benefiting from the fact that our planet is being very much just taken from. It's very sad.
So we're gonna go down the route where we say no to the war, like you should, and a character shows up in very few routes. She shows up in like 3 routes. She does not show up in the quote-unquote more true ending. There's no true ending, but like the full conclusion of what is known as the second scenario, which is what Kadaka wrote.
Okay.
Yeah, but she's my second favorite character, and she's the child character I was talking about. You could say maybe like a Greta Thunberg.
I'm kind of wondering if she's like a representative of like Earth or something. I'm trying to predict why she's like a child character.
She's Futurin. No, she's Futurin.
Oh, okay. She's future.
No, she's one of the people. That
okay, so she's literally just of the other people we're invading.
So you are Takumi Sumino. I have heard of you.
For over 80 days now, you have laid waste to Futurin's greatest heroes. Naturally, your identities have been ascertained and disseminated to the populace at large. We also know that you are not true children of the stars, but creations made using divine blood that was stolen from us. Divine blood? Do you mean the cryptoglobin running through our veins? Indeed. Divine blood is a sign that one has been chosen by God. Only those who are worthy are permitted to use it. Yet your people stole it from us, and you yourselves have drunk deep of the blood of our heroes. For you to reach out after everything that you've done, naturally I could have been quite curious. I see, so you guys been wondering what else too. Was it really advised to accept our invitation so easily? Wouldn't you be marked by Veshness, that's their commander, for contacting us without letting her know? She already has us marked. We've been opposing that woman for quite some time. Opposing? You mean you're fighting her? Fight? Oh no. As you well know, Veshness is a hero. Even among the other chosen ones, she stands alone. The ordinary citizens could never best her in battle. That doesn't mean we obey her every whim. Anything. What is Veshness to you? Isn't she your leader? More like a dictator. But that, make no mistake, that too is something your people have wrought.
Is she like an implanted?
The children of the stars have been waging war
they didn't
on
go
our
that
planet
far.
since long before your fiery fortress arrived. Our self-defense focused military was ill-suited to dealing with such a threat. Across all our known history, we have only fought 12 major wars. This is for a long time, Futurum had no standing army at all. Those chosen by divine blood were treated as royalty, and our civilization flourished under their harmonious rule.
I call this the Gaza speech.
But the children of
Okay.
I call this the
unleashed new and terrible threats.
I
on
mean,
our
did they
planet.
really though?
Air raids, firebombing, chemical weapons, biological warfare. They visited death and destruction on our people like never before. You've seen the results for yourself.
Must be all the ruined towns and buildings. Sunday school. Like what Gaza is right now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Lost. Veshness appeared.
because
With her
I'm just
divine
wondering
blood, we were
though
finally
if
able
like
to offer some real resistance. She united
how
the other
true
chosen under her command and became the hope of all Futurum,
this,
showing
because
us the way forward.
it does feel like Futurum potentially is being like romanticized a lot in comparison. You know, to, like, I'm not definitely like absolutely this doesn't defend the fact that you're literally decimating and like literally genociding people just to take their land. But at the same time, it just kind of makes me feel like sometimes the way people will talk about their own country or like population, like so romanticized in a way.
Well,
You
I could say,
know?
well, now it's all gone to shit. So
Yeah, like
who
to be
knows?
fair, like now it doesn't really matter in the context of this, you know, like it's
Because
is-
now their leaders turn into a totalitarian dictator. So
She was a hero,
yeah.
a living legend.
So
We
like
welcomed
her,
as our
so
leader.
the people who's leading Futurum is a dictator.
now is a dictator.
Now she is.
It was the second phase of this war that transformed her into a tyrant. To supplement our army's power, Veshness used captured children of the stars to create the monsters he called invaders. She didn't stop there. She rounded up dissenters, political rivals, peaceful protesters. Any who opposed her were also mutated into those grotesque creatures. That is the true nature of the ground troops you have been mowing down throughout Futurum's 13th war. She did that to Futurans, to our own people. How repulsive. A ruler like that is no better than the humans. That's why we formed the rebellion. We operate in a secret, in hopes of someday stopping
My
Boshin.
name is Kamyuhn. I am the rebellion's leader.
You know,
and
again,
its
my
sole possessor
theory,
of divine
that name, if
blood.
you reverse the Y and the U, it sounds like Kamui.
I see. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
she's not
okay,
dressed like
that's
an Ainu, she's dressed like a shrine maiden.
Yeah.
She's dressed like a shrine maiden.
But it's trying to kind of show like more of a like traditional roots kind of
Yeah.
look though.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, I
That's-
see that. Okay.
I have an ability that warriors like ourselves.
Will you not join
I'm gonna
us?
just show you the
And
bad
we may
ending
defeat
for
her together.
Epse, because it's just funny. Well, it's not funny, but it's just also because what saying yes fits you to combat. So this is a choice. This is how the choices work. Guess what? I think you're a Hamas spy.
So we said no.
We said no. We're gonna go down the yes route, but I'm gonna show you the ending of the yes route. But
Okay.
I say
but just
no.
to say what the
Just-
no is first, basically.
This deal sounds way. Yeah, things are happening way too fast. It would be natural to think she might spy sent here by Vesha. You misunderstand! Been observing you and your actions. That's how we knew this was the right time to reach her. Even more reason for us not to trust you. We should take her in for interrogation. What? No, stay away. Well, just calm down.
Oh, we fucking killed her.
Yes. No, they killed Nozomi.
Oh, she killed
No,
us.
someone else actually killed her, but he thinks.
Because they were surrounded, probably.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Like, she had her people, like, surround them.
I slashed Kamyuhn with a diffuser in front of rage.
This how you killed my mother too?
Oh yeah, they killed her mother.
Oh, you monsters! Curse you, vile, wicked invader!
Exactly. I mean, this is why you don't want to
And
do
the-
this as much as
they
possible,
just-
because, like...
Shh. Shh. All right.
Yeah, because it just ends up recruiting more people
Yeah.
to to the bad side, you know, like to be fair though, yeah, like it just recruits people to the more extremist, violent, like truly like
I think this is the scene
terrorist
with
organizations.
the festival. What are you? Yeah, you're talking about like what war? Yeah.
Yes, war. Yeah, like war just kind of breeds more violence from the people who are impacted, who are victims of it.
I think this is the party scene? Yep, this is the party scene.
Huh?
There's an important note here that puts things in context.
Okay. This is a kind of cool like
Persona scene
vibe going on.
Oh, I don't think. Many years until.
So we're actually allowed to join a festival with them.
Well,
so this is a good. This is like a good ending.
This route ends with probably the best result of any ending.
Okay.
If there's a final decision that's very contrived, but if you do the right thing of the very contrived decision, you'll see
a pretty good,
very good ending.
Okay.
A very
so
good
is there like a ceasefire right now, kind of thing going on?
No, she's not with Veshness. She's the rebellion.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, my
She's
bad.
not
My
with
bad.
Veshness.
Yeah. My bad.
We're just housing a freaking political enemy right now. But
she's like throwing us. Like...
No, we're throwing her a party.
Oh, okay.
Suffer would not bring back the Veshness. I think all we can do is. This is the most probably idealist. I mean, but I'm glad that I originally like I was with a friend like when I first I played this with a friend like, should this ending have happened or not?
Or is it kind of too idealistic kind of thing? You mean?
But I think I'm glad it should, because like if it didn't happen, they kind of frame it like, oh, one side has to perish. Like I think the fact that this ending is gonna exist helps show that.
It's just kind of trying to make it so that
give the hope or that peace could happen.
Like it doesn't feel so bleak. You mean?
Yeah.
So it doesn't. This is a very tough story to not make bleak.
Well, I'm gonna show you the Evangelion ending after this, the hopeful ending.
Okay.
Don't eat those
Interesting.
together. All right, I'm gonna.
Kite and Yaki. What an interesting name. We call them discus cake.
Never heard that one before. My family used to call them imagawayaki. You have them on this planet too, huh?
Yes. The flavor of our Adzuki bean paste is not quite the same, but still, it's almost as if our worlds are our food, our architecture, our cultures are so alike. It feels like meeting old friends.
If this were a sci-fi novel, it would probably turn out both species share a common ancestor.
I like that they kind of, you know, have a sort of like cheeky break the fourth wall moment sort of thing, though, you know?
Yes.
Like this, if this was like any other sci-fi thing, this is how it usually turns out. We share a common thing.
I see. Ava?
He did it to get the memories back. He needed a commander's cryptoglobin to do it.
Their commander is her aunt.
Yes. Yes. Basically, what happens is, in many routes, in any route where Sirei is alive, when you take in Ava, Sirei brainwashes her and makes her freaking political prisoner. Basically, makes her a slave, and she's like, "Oh yes, I like killing." So her complete old personality goes away.
Oh shoot.
Yeah. So yeah.
So she's kind of brainwashed or conditioned to become very
but
violent
she
and
well, no, she becomes like just like a Ray like robot basically.
like she doesn't have any
not-
like agency or feelings for herself.
She
It's
does
just
have some, but
whoever-
like barely. She's kind of written differently and written differently on how much she remembers from her past. Like in her social link.
But
she
it's
ba-
mostly trying
she-
to be like subservient to
She's
like
very. I will do anything you like, even.
even if it means like
take off your clothes
killing and
kill-
oh god, okay, dang.
Yeah, no, that's not, yeah, Kadaka, come on. That's Kadaka.
That's a little bit
It had to be something.
unfortunate for sure.
I mean, they do that, but they're like, no, but they're not like, yes.
Like,
no,
don't actually
do that. Don't do that.
It's kind of more like to see if she would actually be willing to do it. Yeah, that's insane though. That's very
You
sad.
really forgive us? We took out your mother again. Humans who care about each other, womankind. These my mother can be blamed on the times, and unfortunately. So-
Huh?
I think that is to a certain extent, right? Like there are people who just simply want peace at the end. I think the thing that like sometimes, if I can comment on this, I think sometimes people assume like to get along means like we actually have to like be friends or something, right? With other people, but in a lot of ways, to me, it just more means like being able to live and let live, right? As long as you can be okay, because right, the only kind of intolerance you can't allow is intolerance. That's the one thing. But other than that, it's like, bro, like we might think differently on literally everything. But as long as you don't literally want me to not have quality of life, and
don't you realize
even worse than that, like die, then we can still agree to like, hey, we disagree on so many things, we're not gonna be friends, but we can at least feel like we can both share the society together.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, it's
all right. Here, okay. So this is the good. This is probably the best ending. It's a 15-year time skip.
Sorry, Kamyuhn.
So Nozomi
I should
Nozomi
try
gets
to be
rejection
happy today.
symptoms for some reason again,
After
and
15
either
long
you,
years.
either one of them has to give the other
Today
human
is the
to
day we'll
survive.
end the war.
Very contrived, but like they just wanted you value more your libido or the future.
Or the future. So it's like Nozomi dies, so then he can't get together with Nozomi.
Yeah.
So it's okay, or the opposite.
Yeah,
It's
well,
like,
if the Nozomi ending is that things
interesting.
are a lot worse, but she's trying to be a peace advocate, but it's not going as well as this.
okay, so this is the
But
actually kind of for the sake of like all of these both societies.
This is
this
the best
is technically the best
There
one.
are many endings where you at least stop
Okay.
the bomb from going off, but not to this degree where there's like full on like tangible peace.
Okay.
But also like not many go past like really after. There's a big reason for that, explaining the SF route, and this
Okay.
kind of completely contradicts the SF route, but yeah.
Okay.
Basically, okay, fine. Yeah,
So they
there's a
were
time- there's a time
able
loop.
to topple the dictator, though.
Yeah, they toppled
That's
it.
good,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, they toppled it. And you'll.
That's insane. The insane thing too is that like it kind of portrays the fact that like they took down the dictator, but they were able to actually rebuild like a somewhat functioning society or
After
government.
15 years.
After 15 years, okay, that I guess, yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah, after 15 years, that's true. Because
Futurans and humans alike have suffered bitter losses. I doubt the animosity between our people will simply go away, but I think Nozomi would be happy with the result.
yeah, I think that's the thing ultimately that unfortunately this is a very, ideally you would, like to think people can like forgive to a certain, but like I think that is.
You think this ending is too overtly idealistic?
No, I don't think it's like, the thing is that because they don't show or try, see, this is the reason why stories can be very hard to write, right? Is that like a lot of the times they don't actually, you can't really showcase those 15 years in between.
All they said was, oh, we spoke to and gather on all the different factions, and they agreed to this.
Yeah, but like it's like the point of like you're not actually showing how difficult that was to actually achieve.
I mean, in the other ending where Nozomi is alive and Kamyuhn is
compromise.
dead, like Nozomi's like struggling and she's like a peace advocate, but like nothing is going
But
on.
nothing's really happening. Yeah, because like so like in this ending, the thing is that like I think ultimately it's not wrong or not like a bad thing to want to portray that like ultimately we were able to reach like a level of peace.
Yeah.
For this area or this but like the thing that does seem a little bit too idealistic to me is not necessarily the end result, but more that you don't show the hard work that goes into achieving the end result, right? Because it's like, oh, after 15 long years we did it, and it's like, what did those 15 long years look like? Because the thing is, like, once you are able to topple a dictator or an authoritarian regime, it's very hard to rebuild a functioning government or society that everyone still has some semblance of civil liberty, without one side trying to kind of do the same thing back. That makes sense, right? Like, don't you think so?
Yeah.
So it's just, the other thing, which is worse, which is like you topple the dictator leader themselves, but it's that whole theory of like, you've heard of like the great man theory or figure, right? Like it's that belief of like, there's that one person who's in charge of like all the decisions and all of the like turmoil. So it's like, if we're able to get rid of this one authoritarian leader, we'll be fixed, right?
And
but that's such a myth.
And here's the little thing regarding Israel, right? Is like, I think it's ultimately right. Like, yes, what if the Palestinians rose up against Hamas? But at the same time, it's like, oh, that's what Netanyahu can be claiming to do, is, oh, we're defeating Hamas to save the Palestinians, but they're really genociding them. But like at the end of at the same days, like at the same time, like, this is what here's if it was actually homegrown as opposed to an outsider doing it. And in the context of this, they do not.
Yes.
Veshness is not something that's demonized in the way Hamas is. They just demonize all of them as just like, they're invaders. They're not. They don't even tell them that they're on a different planet. Like the brainwashing honestly goes deeper than the Hamas stuff, but they
dehumanize them to such an extent that you don't even care what their backstory is, who they are. Like they're not even human to you. Yeah, that's really sad. Yeah.
So this is which could be now is gonna be the gameplay portion where we can just have a chat while I do this. But there is a specific gameplay mechanic that is very cool too.
Oh, okay. Oh, shoot. Like
kamikaze,
suicide, kamikaze stuff.
Yep. But I'm gonna
just to like show me.
Skip through, yeah. Well, no. Okay. The thing is, like, an update happened, so like, if you do a map, it's just in general, you can just do it and then skip. But I think because they reworked the gameplay a little bit in this update, they made certain maps unskippable. I mean, not unskippable, but like you have to play them again with the new mechanics.
To kind of do maybe like, do they feel like it tells the story better?
I don't know
maybe
if it tells this. Well, there is one major change. The original easy mode was everyone heals. No, everyone after taking damage during a turn, they get all their HP back. Now I think it's only for the thing that you're defending. Narrative. Yeah. So. So Ato, if I have time to show the ending where you say no to Ato again, you get to choose if Ato gets to join you or not. And the bad ending, not a bad, but I mean it's not, it is a bad ending, but it's also with like takes Ato's perspective and has him reflecting about everything. It's very, no, there's some very good like, but like yeah, he blinds. You can say he blinds himself like out of this to try to change. Like he's trying to, as opposed to like an SF where he he has to be cured.
So he's really not as bad as, or he's able to be
here's
helped.
what I said. Ato is Akechi, but right. Okay, he's not right, but like, you saw how he was like just with you in Rebellion. He just joins you if you decide to say screw humanity. He's like, well, we have the same idea. It's like he cares about the futurants.
Oh, so like the whole reason he's like, he wanted that power in his bad route is because he despises us invaders. He's trying to like kind of do right by the
He didn't know the truth originally. So
then my point is that like he's not necessarily.
He still sees humans as ugly and shit, but he doesn't see futurans. Like there's an ending in Retsnom has an Evangelion ending, like where he saves Darumi, the crazy girl, because she fuses with an unhuman force, and because she stops being human, he falls in love with her.
But I mean, still, I guess my point more is more
he's
that
he's Wokakechi.
I mean, not because like the point still too is that you shouldn't really be. Ideally, you shouldn't be dehumanizing any group of people.
But he also his whole backstory, including the others, was fake, and it was like my theory is they say it was probably tampered with. Someone tampered it who was against the war and gave him the backstory to sabotage it.
Oh, that's true because he also has fake memories.
So he didn't kill anyone.
It's like
no, he didn't kill anyone until. The
Sayre thing first, basically.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, that's true. Like he could have been.
So him learning this actually allows him to grow. Learning this truth allows him to grow and like try to change.
Yeah, you know what? That is kind of cool. Yeah, because I was gonna say like, so he's just a very, very, very unfortunate product of like. It's like a speculation of like they purposefully sabotaged one person.
Yeah.
To like.
Which Sayre didn't know about.
That's crazy.
And there's a early route that's an offshoot of the second scenario. That's the very Uchikoshi. Like I don't think Uchikoshi wrote it, but it's like everything is just a decision after decision after decision. One of them is literally, do you take the red pill or not? It's like, do you take the red? But like in that route, you learn of the anti-Exodus faction, which they don't say they care about the Futurans at all. But again, I guess they're trying to not spoil the Futuran part. But like they don't want humanity to colonize Futurum.
The fam. Okay.
And they said we should just die instead.
Because we're the invaders, so we should allow our population to die.
They don't explain what the reasons behind that motivation is, but because I guess they're just trying not to. If it is, but like also no one on the satellite for a while. Like they do know. After they find out, but like beforehand, no one on the satellite knew. It was only like the elite scientists, so it was someone in the scientists that were actually against it.
Okay.
So it had to be.
That had to like mess with him.
But yeah, so he tries to change, but like so in Rebellion.
Okay, I mean that's pretty cool. Like he's trying to work with what he's got. Yeah. Like he's unfortunately a product of like my mind has been so warped and tampered and messed with. Like I've been so propagandized basically.
Yeah, so in a sense, in a weird offshoot, it goes back to kind of the catch. Like he's a product of the time, but like very different, like very different way.
A very, very like extreme product of like a very extreme circumstance kind of thing. Yeah, that is very unfortunate.
Like this. So this is the route where you decide to keep the continue the war.
This will be our final defense.
We're fighting Boshin. I might as well show you the awakening scene.
Oh, dude, we Seppuku.
Oh, that's how they awaken every time. So P3, you shoot yourself in the head. This game, you stab yourself in the heart.
Dang, dude. Yeah, but it is very true that this is a very deliberately, like, Japanese, like, way to
do it.
portray that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, combat time, but we have plenty to still. There's so much still to talk. There's a lot to talk about still during this, especially because we haven't because there's the whole Kamyuhn thing. But let's get through this scene before they start fighting, and then I'll get it. But there's a way to speed up showing how the kamikaze thing works. But so that's the invader. That's what we quote unquote invaders. So they're all freaking captured like humans and futurans turned into these things. But it's sort of like you're putting them out of their misery in a way, but like still bad. Yeah.
But this is a very
look at their outfits.
Oh yeah, if you just add the hat, and that's it. Then that's how you get the very imperial Japanese.
But isn't this also what just Japanese school uniforms look like for men?
Yes, but like that's kind of reflected in how like all the men were so like trained to be ready for war, right?
Oh,
at any time.
Oh, but yeah, so the women are wearing school outfits. And also they're playing I Don't Want to Fight, because that's the echoes of them, like their voices when they roll ahead. Alright, so here's how this game, how quickly do I want to sack someone? But
to just show me how it works.
No, we're going through this whole map because there's a part in this battle that's the peak of World War II's references.
Oh, okay.
But there's I'm just gonna play it and you can see this in the background.
You mean like just what stands out to me, kind of thing, while you play it, or you can tell me like
no. I was just gonna for like Kamyuhn, right? What do you think Kamyuhn is supposed to do? Like because like she do you like in a sense she sort of harkened back because she's dressed like a shrine maiden. Like as I said, that's the character that quote unquote is the salvation figure. But in reality, she was originally a scientist working for the Futurists. I mean, for Veshna's army, and then she escaped and started a rebellion. And because of that, it's like she sort of harkened back to the Japanese past.
I'll show you what's up.
So we harken back to the Japanese past, in a sense. So like, what do you think that's like a sign that it's like, oh, this is what the true Japan was in sort of the Amaterasu like thing, or like, oh, this is because because the Futurans are a side that's like that still worships a god. Veshna is done with that. She's done with the
She's like the post-religious and spiritual.
Yeah.
Like what does society look like? That's like post religion and spiritual thing. Like a very like for lack of a better descriptor, like the kind of typical what Nietzsche kind of warned about like what happens to society after you kill God or God is dead kind of thing. I guess ultimately I don't know if they maybe I don't know this game enough, even though you showed me a lot and it's really helped to like see some of the scenes.
But you're gonna see
but
Veshna's just gonna show up. We're gonna find her.
Okay, so we're gonna see her.
We're gonna see her. We're gonna see her.
Because like as of right now, I was kind of wondering.
Like,
I don't know enough.
In the World War II allegory, like the most easiest thing that I can think of is like outside the God is dead thing is just for being a dictator feels very Hamas, Ayatollah Khomeini thing. You the outside forces came in and created a figure that was more extreme.
Like they literally did the regime change.
Well, they didn't. Here they didn't actually do a regime change, but like in like.
But in other words, like they still input their own proxies, basically.
Well, she's not the proxy, but.
Am I not understanding correctly? Vexness is still a future. She is a future.
She's a futurin, but she rose up because people were like, oh, you're not fighting hard enough. She was just like
okay, sorry, I misunderstood. For some reason, I think I thought she was like one of the people, the stars kind of people. Person.
No.
Okay, so she. I see. So she wasn't actually she wasn't like working with the people and the stars to like sabotage. Like she was literally just she became more. She's what happens when violence is propagated against a people.
It's sort of, yeah, I mean, what happened
basically
with Hitler rising up.
Yeah, like it's just like an extreme, a very much more extreme thing. But I mean, like, but to be fair, like Hitler wasn't like an actual. That's a little bit different though.
You know, yeah.
Because.
Let's get to the
no. She sacks off. She goes on it, just starts sacrificing her own commanders to become more powerful. So like she does have like again become
so
God thing, which is kind of sort of communist coded, even though she feels very Luis like might is right type.
So it's like
she's an
it sounds like
SMTK
a very like totalitarian fascist kind of tactics. But the background, I mean, is that like she was genuinely being invaded.
Yes.
That's a little bit of a difference than just like kind of.
Exactly. That's why you can't say she's.
Yeah.
No, it's.
A lovely corpse.
So sorry. What was exactly your question though about like?
About Kamyuhn. About Kamyuhn. Like where Kamyuhn fits in this. Like, do you feel like she is sort of like the like especially as symbolizing like the child. Like in a sense, it's like the older Japan in a sense.
Like going back to your roots, basically, kind of thing. Like why we have to go back to our roots.
Yeah.
I think so. I think there is this whole notion of like, you know, I don't mean to like play too much into the similar narrative, like kind of like the mythologized narrative of like really authoritarian, like super nationalist in particular rhetoric that's like we need to go back to our roots kind of thing. But like not in that way. I mean more that like I think it is important to connect with like your heritage.
Because like they say, oh, they worship this thing called a god. Like God is not something present in the human society.
Currently right now.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I do think that's why ultimately, I think, me personally, I am very against like centralized religion.
Yeah.
But like the spirituality and religions themselves,
she's like
I
a
think
Nahida.
that's
Again,
really cool.
She's like a Nahida.
Because the thing is that some people genuinely need or want that. Like some people are completely fine with like, you know, or they don't believe, you know, in like a god or gods or like any spiritual practices. They kind of make their own purpose, and that's, in my opinion, I think that's perfectly fine. And then on the other hand though, I do think it's very important to not completely just wipe out all religion or spirituality like practice,
like,
right?
Again,
like
what literally happened, as we talked about in our Persona 3, is like what happened with like what is Persona 3 responding to with the whole like loss of meaning. Like this, I mean, this game isn't focused on the loss of meaning in that way.
Yeah.
Though, I mean, there's a whole just psychological discussion about what happens when you realize your whole history, your whole life was a fake thing. That's something. That's something to deal with. That's a whole discussion.
That's a whole other discussion. Yeah. But like, I think in the topic of just like how important is it to connect with some form of heritage, whether that is, you know, religious or spiritual or not. You know, like it could be like just simple like pagan rituals or whatever. I do think that is sort of important because I think that's part of the thing that makes this very, very, like if I can comment on how this very postmodern, with all of the technology that we have, that we can enjoy. It's true, like on one hand, technology and the internet and everything has like benefited people in a lot of ways, but also in other ways it's really, I think, advanced this sort of feeling of like there's no sort of like shared culture anymore, right? Right? That feeling of just like everyone is in their own, like I can customize as much as I want, like what I enjoy and what I like seeing, like on my feed, or what I engage with, like what videos I watch, what games I watch. And so then like when like there's less and less and less like pop culture, which I think is still kind of necessary to a certain extent for people to feel like we are connected as a society. Because I think that does heighten the reason why so many people feel purposeless, because it's just them and I'm so atomized. It's just me in the world, and not like really, because a lot of the times like people, when you look at a lot of the what's beneficial to like mental health a lot of the times is actually finding like kind of a group or like volunteer work or something where you feel like you are contributing to, you know, like friendships or something, versus like only living alone, basically, you know.
I'm good to go. Let's get to the killing.
So yeah, to go back to like the point of one way to like connect with other people is to kind of engage in the shared heritage, right?
All right, this is the reason why I'm showing you gameplay right now.
Okay.
It is called Last Resort. So there's two ways you can use Super. I just did one. You can use 100% of your meter. Well, 100%. You get 300 up to 100% to do it. Or you can use Last Resort. Use no meter and use up your health. And actually, let me use.
Did it literally take your whole health? Like
Yes.
you KO yourself?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Let's actually do this first. Okay.
And then someone, I assume, can like revive you though?
You get revived after every wave. Because again, they're disposable, like you can get revived immediately. So
I'll kill them all.
This is, I'm using a normal super right now. They make look sick.
Kill the rest for me.
The thing with him is I can't do that. Nozomi is broken. She can heal both fatigue, which is after you use any attack, or even stun, which is caused by certain powerful normal specials and your super.
Okay.
Let's do. Aito is in the red. I can use Last Resort.
No way forward but through.
It's the same animation, and Aito does not get an animation change post reveal. Sadly. But here you go.
And now he's out.
Yep.
Dang. So I feel like what would have been even more interesting if it's like not bringing them back for like the next wave, but like they're not usable for the entire rest of the map.
That would be more interesting, but they're trying to be the reverse of Fire Emblem.
Okay. Like it's much
easier. Like the machines are quickly like the whole thing's like they are churning them back, and every time you die, either if you use Last Resort or not, every time someone dies, you gain 100% meter. So like they make
so there's like
it prioritizes death.
I see.
Over punishing death like in Fire Emblem Classic. Well, even in Fire Emblem in general, especially in
like
Classic.
the death itself is a built-in like kind of beneficial mechanic.
Yes.
So it's like it's kind of just like, yes, die for me, my meat slaves and shields, and oh, that's so sad. Yeah, that is a big part of like not to defend Imperial Japanese soldiers, because a lot of them went along and did a lot of horrible things to people who they were fighting and invading. But at the same time, it's true that it is very sad that they were so convinced that like their death is honorable. But that also comes from like a Bushido as well. Yeah, that like the your death can be seen as like an honorable thing.
Time for battle.
Also, it's probably Fire Emblem just gameplay-wise has nothing to do with it. Just everyone can move multiple times if they want to. All the turns are shared, and you get more if you defeat a big enemy that's not these little midget, these little munchkins. You get an extra ability point.
Okay,
So
yeah,
it-
so
it's
it makes
interesting
things
to-
a little faster,
Yeah.
maybe, is the point. It's more faster paced.
Oh, good.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. Because, you know, I also really like Fire Emblem gameplay too, but it is cool that they kind of change up the, like, tactical style.
Again, we can thank the Persona 5 Tactica writer Akihiro Togawa
Yeah,
for saving this
Tactica,
game.
guys, I gotta tell you, like, I know that a lot of people did not play Tactica, but I have to say, it's, I understand that maybe, like, it's hard to afford games right now,
And I
but
get we're all burned out by Persona 5, but like, yes,
it's a
your burnout
genuinely
can apply
really
to Santa Max. Even,
fun, like, it's a very fun combat. Like,
yeah.
it's very snappy, very enjoyable. I found every party member had a very unique kit that was also
Makoto is
just
okay.
really fun. I mean, ultimately, I like the fact that really none of them felt alike.
No, and that's the
kind of
thing
the
with this
cool
game
thing.
too. They all feel
Yeah.
unique.
Yeah. So that's why I mean, like, I guess if I can, like, shill a little bit, like, if you like, not to say that I played the gameplay here,
No,
but
this is no. Tactica is XCOM.
say-
This is Final Fantasy Tactics. This is obviously more Final Fantasy Tactics
Okay.
or Triangle Strategy.
Okay.
Like Tactica is.
yeah,
XCOM.
Tactica did remind me. So a lot of people bring up
I just-
XCOM. I never played XCOM, but it reminded me of, if you're familiar with Valkyria Chronicles.
Yes, like that too. Yeah.
Thing. That's what Tactica reminded me of. It's fun. I didn't expect the Persona kits to, like, transfer over to that style of gameplay so well. Yeah, they did a really great job. The developers who came up with Tactical gameplay.
Alright, let's get right here.
I did not realize that later on these
To
have these
business.
these
Feel like everyone in there.
How's this? Broke it. Time to move. Die.
See, you can just go in
Time for
one
battle.
freaking
How's this?
Oh no, it looked like Teddie.
It did look like Teddie.
Out of my way.
Alright. But yeah, like with Kamyuhn, right? Like, but at the same time, again, she's still been warped by the war. And so then the question is it like I have this idea, like, for a sec, like it sort of feels like, in a sense, it's like Meiji Japan fights Edo Japan. I'm like, wait, that happened. It was called the Civil War.
Yeah, it did. That
happened.
literally happened.
I mean,
it took
the-
like the span of 1 year officially, but it was a long time coming. Like the battle between, like, the different
I'll go if you can stand me.
shogunate, like, armies, and
I can
then
do this
ultimately
much.
they decided
Don't
one of
expect
the
much from me.
shogunate, like, sorry, not shogunate, like the daimyos and stuff of, like, the southern, southwest of Japan, basically kind of decided to try and make the emperor, like, restore the main source of power of the government to the emperor, and so they backed the emperor, and therefore it meant that they could topple the other shogunate left, and so that was the Boshin?
Boshin?
Boshin, sorry, my bad. Boshin War. Yeah. And that's one of those fan favorite things of, like, the Shinsengumi are a very, very popular group to portray in Japanese media. I feel like if you like either Japanese video games or Japanese anime, you've likely experienced at least one kind of Shinsengumi iteration, and so you might be familiar with a little bit with how that played out, the Boshin war, because they were on the losing side, right?
It's my turn!
Yeah, but at the same time, okay, if we will stop. Once we get to the big moment, I think we can stop. But like,
okay, yeah,
no,
cool.
but like,
like
no,
this
no,
one
no,
last
I
part.
don't know if that's after wave 1 or wave 2 or 3.
Why is Teddie attacking us?
Just imagine you're out there.
Yeah, like the people in power,
Now
the
that we know
governments
we'll meet
of
Everybody.
the
I don't know
time
about Korea. Yeah.
that like during World War
Here
II
she is.
or Imperial Japan. Oh,
Yeah. You step on your mommy.
like she owns the place. Okay.
You
She
didn't
is a
follow my orders.
dictator.
Did you seriously think we'd listen to such a ridiculous command?
Yay.
You
You
have
know, you
kind of
tell
on
you
our
tell all you
side.
yeah.
Yeah,
The other
at least for
commanders were
now.
necessary
No, he will. He
sacrifices
stays
to turn
in
me
this
into a
route. He stays with
He
you to
just
the
will
end.
be,
He stays with
okay.
you to the end.
It did.
But he's more
Enough
like
of
he
this
still doesn't
nonsense.
necessarily like
Don't
us like
think I'll
us. It's more
grant
just
you
like
an
the
easy
enemy of
death.
my enemy is my
Yeah.
friend,
Yeah.
sort
I
of.
shall
Okay,
devour
okay, I can
all.
work with that.
Okay, she just says she's gonna develop. Okay, I can.
She the boss lady.
I can go through this.
Just imagine you're out there. Swirling lights in a makeup.
Yeah, we
It's time for the main event. Watch closely.
we can do this and the ending of second scenario on thing to get it do it quicker. But I would
On YouTube?
But we actually I have Retsnom prepared for the game.
It can't be.
I call this event the bad ending.
She fucking nuked Japan.
So she just lets off the nuke?
She lets off the.
Why are we not affected by it?
No, she attacked the satellite.
Oh shit.
All of humanity has died for us.
Oh shit, dude. Damn.
A direct hit. Wonderful.
So we're the final
Last people. Yeah, so
Last
this
people of
so this is
ours.
another way to find a reason to stop this war. You'll see what happens.
They're all dead.
All dead?
That missile was loaded with my undying flames. Enough of
But,
them to
yeah.
engulf. Been annihilated. My plan was a resounding success.
So, shh.
No. That's insane.
Well, shit.
The people of this planet are undoubtedly cheering for joy. The invaders have finally been repelled. Everyone is surely praising my greatness to the sky.
And then this happens.
Why?
I know this is why you would do this. All that.
That's.
Yeah, that says I don't care. I'm fighting to protect my friends. I don't care about the people up there.
It doesn't matter.
It's just
I
like the
promised
people who are
everyone we'd live
near
on
me.
together.
Yeah.
So I'm going to fight to protect them from you.
As you wish. Even
Or
if
you can
want to
also
fight,
read it
you're
as
no
like
match.
people trying to make
Wicked invaders
meaning out of something
struggle
horrible.
in
So it's like this is the
futility,
last
all
thing
you
that I
wish.
have left.
I
So
will
now I'm
kill
saying
you,
that like,
end this
you know,
war,
maybe like
and become a
my friends are the only ones
magnificent
who are
new
left.
god.
So obviously
I know
like
we
that's
must
the
look
only
evil
thing
to
I
you.
can latch on to.
But you're
Potentially
wicked
too, you know.
Everyone involved in this war is
Everyone
wicked.
involved in this war.
That's why I'm going to defeat you.
Oh, okay. Now let's go to here. Go back. Here we go. Oh, just basically, Sirei said. Okay, I'll just say Sirei basically says, "Oh no, we're still gonna deploy the nuke on the invaders, on the people because the people's actually no. Fuck, there is something that I need to show. There is something I actually need to show about it because okay, I'll just say he basically has the power to simulate the thoughts of all of humanity, but humanity's still telling him after they're all dead to do it. That sort of just feels like Japan being unwilling to defeat even after the nuke's going off.
You mean after the first nuke?
Yes.
Like they still try to go on even after the first one, but then the second one's kind of like, yeah, no, yeah, we're done.
Yeah, but
like never mind, we're done.
Yeah, so there's
I
that.
see.
But then they stop. But in the reset route where you don't stop Sirei from doing it, he reveals like no, Nozomi is still alive. Therefore, Nozomi shall populate this planet. So it's like no, I was not malfunctioning at all. But he comes if you don't do the first ending first, you think he's malfunctioning, but he's actually was no. His logic was sound but horrible.
Okay, I'm not sure if I'm like sorry, I'm not entirely sure if I'm like catching all of the.
But basically, in this
story,
in this final ending, they decide. Okay, well now that humanity's gone, might as well stop the genocide from happening.
Only after all of like humanity. That is kind of sad to think that like it took that much.
If you decided to continue the war.
Mm.
If you decide to continue the war.
Yeah, if you decided to continue propagating violence on people.
Yeah.
Like what yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's kind of like what resort sometimes do like some people have. Not to say that I think we can both agree that we're both very anti any of these kinds of extreme methods where you're like literally nuking someone, you know? But yeah, at the same time, it's like obviously you can drive people to feel like they have no other choice.
So basically in this ending, so then the final boss is destroying the bomb and everyone dies. All of the clones die destroying it.
I see. And then so is what is this
Nozomi is the last one alive. So there's the other ending. Nozomi dies. Everyone else lives. Here, Nozomi is the only one that lives. Nozomi.
Dang. So she's the last humanity left.
Yes.
And she's basically living with
I can't see.
the futurans. Like they kind of take her in as a refugee, basically.
Well, they show that's possibly hinted at.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank goodness. Out of all of us, at least you'll survive.
Out of all of us?
That's insane, though.
Evangelion. Okay, again, it's a very different ending than Evangelion, but depression.
So they could stop
Everybody
the war.
No.
Yeah.
This is the best end. Rebellion is the better outcome, but this to me is just the better.
How it was supposed to be.
Like just from a narrative perspective, you mean?
Yes, it hits hard. No, and there's a sign of there's a thing of hope.
This is how it should end. We were finally able
like
to
for
protect
Nozomi,
something.
basically.
Just hope that we can still have
the people of this planet. We ended
with
the war.
people who are not like us, basically.
Yes, even if it's just Nozomi. It's very bleak.
And
she's the last of her
I finally
kind.
kept you safe this time. I
do think that is the sad thing about
promise.
people who have had their culture erased because of genocide. That
It's
like
okay.
they oftentimes feel like they are literally the last. They're like the last
Nozomi,
of their kind.
could you give me your hand for a minute?
My hand?
You can't absorb my powers anymore, but you
we'll
can carry on my
We'll
wishes.
do one more
Take all the
thing
hopes
because it's
I have
very
here in my
collective.
hand. Everyone else's
noted
feelings are in here
codings.
with them.
And then that'll be
okay.
it. That'll be it.
They are?
The war is over, Nozomi. Nobody has to fight anymore. Nobody wants to fight. They just want to live in peace.
it's just a very inspiring
Just
speech.
like the day before. That's all we ever wanted to.
Yeah. I mean, I
The
think
people
there
of this
is
planet
a
will
whole
understand how we feel.
part of
That's
like
what I
trying to
believe.
fight against authoritarian regimes is kind of reminding, like, as much as it can be horrible that like people are like, by people I mean like a lot of the times the soldiers of that country are being used to like, sorry, I'm turning this inwards, like not necessarily like an invading force, but like how like soldiers within your own country are like doing things to their own populace, and it is kind of like very important to kind of try to appeal to the humanity of like saying things like, we know that you do not want to do this. It's like the people who are dictating what you should do as a soldier are like forcing you to do this, And it's like, ideally, how true is that? Sometimes, because it is true, you do unfortunately get people who are like that Ato guy, right? Like they're just so deeply in the like propaganda that like they do become very violent. Like it's very hard to appeal to their humanity, basically.
But he's propagandized against the establishment, though.
Yes,
Which I guess is Republican
mean,
coded, but at the same time, he's also like, you sort of like originally read him as like an eco-terrorist in a way, but like he's not actually, just hates all humanity.
I mean, I think the point I'm trying to make is more just like ultimately, in order to like kind of achieve just peace in general, a lot of the times you want to try to kind of, just try to like appeal to whatever humanity there is in people who have been heavily propagandized to, for whatever reason it is, for whatever reason and whatever groups of people they've like been kind of taught to dehumanize, basically, right?
Yeah. All right, we'll just do the. So yeah, this ending is the quote is a it gets a full CG cutscene.
Yeah, it's kind of more like, do they accept her now, basically, into their society?
They don't show anything after this, but yeah, it's just.
Oh, because it's like trying to show like her too, that like she won't
carry on my wishes. Take all the hopes.
Like try to attack them back,
here
basically,
Yeah.
is the point. Okay.
I mean, they just destroyed the nuke.
Yeah,
To
like
do
they
this.
they literally
They
like
just-
she's the only one left. Yeah.
That's all we ever wanted to. The people of this planet will understand how we feel. That's what I believe.
Yeah. I'll tell them. I'll find a way. I'll believe it too.
So he's trying to like extend, like peace. Oh, cool.
It's.
Yeah, I think that's what we really want, you know? I think something else that does really suck though is knowing that like because of the way so much of the war in like everything that's been happening in Gaza has been reported, is that like people don't actually know that like Israel has turned down like
So many peace treaties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's never reported by mainstream media ever.
All right. Switch back to the game.
Okay. So this is when I have to go back to the game capture.
This last thing will be short, but it's a very different topic.
Just imagine you're out there, swirling lights in a makeup.
Right, character that's dead for most of the routes. Hatsune Miku crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, Takumi, it's been a while.
You've been gone back. Exactly. It's more like so she became one of this freaking creature, and they're trying to bring back. And this is a route where he did a very dumb thing, let a bunch of the people from the other school die, except Nozomi, and everyone hates him. So he's trying to bring them back to make them happy again.
So she's one of the persons who died?
No. In this route, there's an initial decision to either save the second academy or not. And if you save them, Darumi dies. But in this one route, Darumi lives. And everyone else died. And all the four other people die. So she feels bad about it and is trying to help.
She has like survivor's guilt
Yeah,
a little bit.
yeah.
Ooh.
That's a huge step.
Yeah, I'm like, why is Eito like he really is like kind of trying to be like a good guy as much as he can. Good job.
Well, it's not.
I can work with that.
No, this is more Royal Akechi. This is more Royal Akechi in a sense that it's not really him.
I personally like to think that was still like
Akechi.
officially Akechi.
Yeah.
It's like close enough at the very least. Like I don't think whether you want to believe that's Akechi or not, I think like the wishes or the intent of Royal Akechi is accurate.
But it's still also like, is it
Akechi.
some embellishments of like how Joker idealized him? But yeah, if it was truly an idealization, he wouldn't be a bloodthirsty murderer.
Yes,
in his all-out attack. So, in his animations, like
I like to think he's very like multifaceted enough in the royal part that like it is him.
But here it's like this is only the ideal of Eito.
Okay, of Eito.
This is the only ideal, if there was any.
Interesting.
Like the facade only. Retsnom can both eat and don't you think that planet would be overrun with them?
It's crazy.
You're trying to tell me that you can't. That person, I brought him back, didn't I?
The reason there are no Retsnom left is because they killed themselves.
They killed themselves? Retsnom devours everything, even the memories of things it eats. At its core, it doesn't have a will or consciousness of its own. It just consumes anything it can and constructs around their memory. If it eats a bird, it flies in the air. If it eats a dog, it runs on the ground. And if it eats a person, it walks and talks like a person. But sooner or later, it learns the truth and takes its own life. Its memories always end the same with it. So this is an ending where you do not learn the truth of what happened.
So what exactly is the Retsnom? That the thing that created their false memories or something?
No.
Like what is
the
the
Retsnom is this unsealed monster this monster that they unsealed from the Futurans to frickin' bring people back, hopefully. But of course, don't do that. Don't try to bring people back from the dead. By eating just a tiny bit of Eito's body, I got all of his memories. Retsnom, how is it? And here I am alive. It still revive the original.
Oh, so is it kind of like trying to say that like ultimately even when you like revive a person, it's not really them?
Yeah.
Because everything who they were is kind of like gone.
So, you'll be sure.
Please, let's bring everyone back and make it to a day 100 where no one has to die. I'm doing this for you, you know? All the pain, all the weird transformations. It's all...
So this is an interesting thing where like it's shorts, but like both endings, both choices have a fully fleshed out ending in a sense, where if you refuse or you don't. And actually, the bad ending where you accept it has a more fleshed out ending. Weirdly enough.
I mean, wouldn't that be the good? Because like, isn't it supposed? Isn't it? It's like kind of implied that this isn't a good thing to accept it, though.
Yes.
Basically, right? So I think it would make sense, though, right? That the no would be longer.
No,
or
the
more
yes.
fleshed
No,
out?
no, the yes is longer.
Oh, your point. Oh, okay, the yes is longer.
Yes, the yes has the yes. You still fight Veshnas, and no, if you skip to day 100.
I guess maybe it is kind of. Maybe in its own way, like it's trying to show, like what happens when you choose the wrong thing instead of only making it really short, like most bad endings are. It's like it's actually trying to show like a long bad ending.
We're gonna
Kind of thing.
We're gonna skip the Veshnas fight, but basically like there's an acting choice where it feels like it's a facade, a facsimile of Takumi and not the real him, because he's just like quipping like a generic anime protagonist. But then he goes back to being more normal here in the scene.
His old self, I guess.
No, a fake self.
His fake self.
A fake self. Maruki. Shh.
Wait, for Takumi?
For
So Takumi was already
So
he
Takumi
died.
Yes, dies and gets
already
remade.
So she remade him and Eito. They're both remade.
She already remade Eito. Now she's remaking everyone else.
Okay.
And she also observes Veshnas in day 99.
Oh, so that's why this Takumi looks so like dead inside.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can't carry that anymore. I'm going to take everything. Once I do that, there will be no more war, no more fighting. We can all live in a peace and free from the fear of death. Is that your new goal? All the people on the earth, all the living beings I can find, I'll absorb them all along with their memories. Will become one. Evangelion!
Yeah, that's a very primordial. Yeah.
No one will ever have to die. No more grief or painful goodbyes, and you won't have to suffer anymore.
Like society is too fractured to ever get along, so we might as well just all be one kind of idea. Like Evangelion idea.
I'm not about to kill myself. I've wanted to die tons of times throughout my life, but never gone through with it. I guess that's part of why I was so compatible with Retsnom. I really was the perfect host for it. I guess it's settled then.
That's right. You don't have to worry about a thing.
It's kind of like we're all like a hive mind together.
I'll make everyone. I'll take all your pain away and create a new world.
Thank you.
Dang, dude.
Come on. It's time to go. They're all there. They're just waiting on you.
Great.
It is amazing
I'm
how
so
much
glad.
like the popularity of Evangelion was at its time, just influenced
Congratulations, Takumi.
much
You
afterwards.
finally got your happy ending.
Your happy ending.
From now on, we'll never have to be apart. And we'll keep... I love you, Takumi. Now let's both be
Is this
happy.
supposed to be like the bad ending of like when you choose her as like your waifu too,
Yes.
basically?
Yes.
Damn, bro, that's not it.
We are one.
We're one. No.
So
we all became primordial
See,
soup.
yeah. I mean, we were chatting. So we were chatting about this last night regarding Sakurai stuff, like about like. So, why do you think the hive mind thing is so there? Is it partially because of like the idea of like, oh, I don't want to get paid, I don't want to convenience myself, so that's why you just turned into hive mind? Where do you think that, with the brief time we have, where do you think that
I
comes?
think that does come from a desire to be able to affect change in our life or in our world without like all of the very messy, difficult like things you have to go through to, get along with other people and like really just get along as a society. That I think a lot of people find comfort in kind of thinking, wow, if there is a way to just snap your fingers and make it so that, man, we're all just chilling and getting along as like a primordial thing. I think there is that kind of desire a little bit in everyone to a certain extent that can resonate
and the
with
weird
that
thing
a
is
little
also
bit.
with Darumi, so is that so basically her deal in her fake backstory, which is that she was a societal delinquent that was abused. Well, she was abused by her parents, and so she basically puts off an off-putting facade to make people not like her.
Like to turn away people.
But at her heart, at her
heart,
heart, she's a good person, and you see that briefly. But then by this time, Retsnom has completely taken over, so the facade is the only thing that stays.
Oh.
So like she's only sounding like I love
kill. So like whatever her like coping persona was is the only thing that's left of her, basically.
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Yeah.
And this is the only route you really get to know her. You get to know her very briefly in Killing Game, though it's Hiroko that gives her a big story, but also there's part where Darumi like actually says where she's pretending that she wants to kill you, but she actually wants to die to save another person based on the rules of the Killing Game. But
So in other words, it's kind of sad that it's like
you barely ever get to meet her, and she dies in most of the routes.
The only route that you actually get to spend time with her is the one where she's not like really like she's her fake self now, basically.
Yeah, at the end of it.
Okay. Wow. That's sad. Yeah.
And I mean, like, yeah, she is like also like her VA, like how. But like she talks about constantly about how I want to die, but at the same how much she actually believes it. It's like she says, I've wanted to die tons of times. Yeah, it's like.
But it's like that. It's trying to get at like that thing that most people, because I am gonna say like the euthanasia conversation is a whole different topic. I won't get into that now, but like I do believe that a lot of people, most people who are very like they want to die, they say that or they believe that. It's more just like they want to live. It's just so hard right
and
now.
And that's what Kawaii said. Remember we talked about Persona 3 with Kawaii said, like in specifically the Japanese psyche, when you want to say you're gonna die, Kawaii said in Japanese context only, let them go through with it because they will actually quote like be reborn. In a sense. This is that though in a very toxic way. You're getting the complete opposite, like the unindividuation. Like she unindividuates.
Yeah, she only became her persona. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's pretty.
She probably has the most of the fake backstories. Darumi. I mean, okay, outside of Ato's fake backstory is amazing, but outside of Ato, it's probably the next best. Like she's probably the best written. I say like so. There's four. There's like the four main cast. There's the protag, Takumi, Nozomi, Ato because he's the traitor, and then Hiroko, which I haven't shown you much of, but she has her own roots where she's trying to fix time chaos because they're actually in a freaking time loop because of what Takumi did by going back in time. So it's trying to end the loop. And Hiroko has the power to remember the past time loops, the past timelines. Even more than Takumi. Takumi only remembers going back in time the first time. That's it. But outside of those main four characters, Darumi to me is probably my
your favorite like backstory
side students. My for students. Kamyuhn is number 2 for me. But she's not playable.
Okay, like your favorite NPC, but your favorite character who's not playable.
My favorite character that's not playable is Kamyuhn, but the favorite side student is Darumi probably because she's got the most. She has a very interesting, and it's disappointing that it's fake. Like they put that much chaos and torture on her, and it's all just made her to turn her into a weapon.
Yeah, I mean that's very sad, but I think that's that's sort of the reason why like a lot of people who like kind of have like that ideal vision that we're trying to shoot for, no matter how like I think some people will call us sort of naive for trying to achieve it, but it's kind of like if we can minimize as much suffering as possible, because again, we're not saying that like it's possible to maybe like literally eliminate every form of suffering that will ever happen. Yeah, but it's like if we can try to minimize as much suffering as possible, I think that's a worthy goal to try to strive for. And that includes like if we can make things so that, you know, a child isn't just like found like stuck in an abusive home like their whole life, or they're bullied like all the time. at school or something.
Like in her fake backstory, her parents put her in a doghouse, and now she doesn't like dog books.
Like, yeah, that's insane. Like, so it's that kind of thing where it's just like, if we can try to like make that not happen as much as possible, so like people don't have such complex trauma from like childhood traumas, like so many traumatic events their whole life. I think that's a good thing, because then it might mean that like there would be a Darumi who can go through individuation and be more vulnerable with other people, and like actually trust people instead of just like resorting to the mask only.
Yeah, I mean, it takes Darumi seeing like Takumi get ostracized to like finally open up to him. Because
like that's kind of one of the only things she can relate to.
Yeah, because now I can relate to him.
Yeah. So that's kind of why people like who are very interested in like trying to activate change within our society. At least for me, that's like the kind of like the reason why I'm just like I do have a bleed. I don't know if you noticed like during that piece ending with Nozomi, I was definitely tearing up there.
The Nozomi alive or Nozomi dead?
Yeah, the Nozomi alive one. Okay. Because it's just because like ultimately I do cry very easily, honestly, guys.
Well, that's the ending that's designed to make you cry.
Yeah,
and it made me cry.
Yeah, but like just in general, like art, it's so funny how like for me, like tears come very easily when I'm like viewing all sorts of like stories and stuff, because ultimately it's just like I do think I tend to have more of like a bleeding heart, for lack of a better word. Like it's just like I really want to see people thrive, like while still not condoning actions and letting people who deserve justice, right? Because the thing is that like a lot of the justice, like I think for a lot of people, it's not necessarily trying to be like punitive for the sake of being punitive. It's more just like you did horrible things and crimes, and therefore you need to be held accountable, which means that like we need to lock people up and put some people away forever. That's the point of a fair justice system, which we don't really have. But anyway, my point, I can go on a tangent on a lot of things, so yeah, I'm just gonna say thank you for sharing. That was very interesting.
I hope I didn't waste your time.
No, I mean I'm always very I'm very like open to like seeing stories, and it sounded like a very like interesting thing to like take a look at. I was aware of like a lot of people playing this game when it first came out.
Crystal, especially like Crystal was Crystal has apparently gone all 100 endings now, apparently. Like
oh my gosh, yeah, I mean that's dedication. I'm glad she saw everything. That's awesome.
Looky here. Look what I'm at. I'm at 66.
You're almost there.
I'm at 66.
There's so many.
I'm at 66.
I
mean, a lot of them are like small, short, bad endings, but like
still, the fact that there's that many endings, yeah. So thank you for sharing that.
I'm glad we could do something that's like once in a lifetime, not once in a lifetime, but like very
just like
rare
it's great. Yeah,
to like do it in person.
Yes, yeah. I am definitely someone who prefers to do things in person. I'm very grateful to the internet for giving someone like me who has a lot of trouble with like mobility issues and like chronic illness. It makes it hard for me to like go to see people, so it's very cool when like I can do something with someone else in person, because like you come to visit like where I'm at. So yeah,
66 endings. Let's
66 endings.
66.
Yep. So
thank you everyone, and
thank you for listening to my rambling commentaries to stuff.
And thank you, Lady, for being a real one and an amazing friend.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, David, too. Yeah, this was fun.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.